The Genshin Impact clone, Tower of Fantasy, is already dead.
Tower of Fantasy has officially given up. They've thrown in the towel. They've decided, you know what? Nobody wants to play our game. So,
and it's not even been 2 months, I think, or maybe it has been 3 or 5 years because I can't tell the passage of time anymore.
Let's just go ahead and make an entirely new one. Let's utilize that dormant talent that we possess to push out, well, technically.
What kind of magical talent are we talking about? If there was some kind of magical, latent, hidden talent in this game, working on it, or in any form, talent at all, it probably would not have failed.
Tower of Fantasy 2, also referred to as ethereal circuits, because you know what, that'll go over well. It has come to my attention that Hada, the team behind Tower of Fantasy, are working on a new game, as scary as that may be, likely shifting their attention and their focus. The news comes from Tegzy, someone that stops by my streams occasionally. Small note, I will be streaming Tower of Fantasy 4.0 in July if you want to come on over and join me every Friday and Saturday at noon.
4.0 and they're making Tower of Fantasy 2? What do you mean? Make it make sense.
EST. Tegzy though, he's a genuinely nice guy from the interactions that we've had on stream. New game from TOF dev Hada called Code YH Ethereal Circuits. It will be called Code YH Ethereal Circuits or Alien Ring. So we have 3 potential names. Honestly, Ethereal Circuits probably sounds the best to me. Alien Ring just sounds really dumb. In Ethereal Circuits, players will step into a modern city full of mystery and the unknown, where every corner hides supernatural phenomena and the secrets of power wielders.
So, aliens. Because, you know, Alien Ring kind of gives away what's going to be the plot here, you know?
The game revolves around a mysterious organization called the Ethereal Circuits, with
and they're aliens.
Players taking on the role of a newly empowered individual caught in a struggle involving power, faith, and survival. This definitely does seem cool, but at the same time, let's be honest here.
Okay, listen, we can make a synopsis about anything sound cool if we really try enough. Hero from ancient past gets reborn in a new age filled with strife, tyranny, and hardships. He must overcome the shadowy underbelly of the kingdom and rise through the ranks to overthrow the bad man government. Sounds pretty good, but doesn't mean it's gonna be good. It's really easy to write a super, you know, short synopsis and make it sound not even bad.
Tower of Fantasy story was so bad, I really couldn't imagine the same studio wouldn't struggle with making a coherent thought, let alone an entirely new game. Unless they hire...
What is the Tower of Fantasy story in that case, I wonder?
...new writers, which they very well might do. Game features include free exploration, a vast city map for players to explore freely, uncovering hidden tasks and secrets. So, a city, not an entirely open...
That already sounds bad, to be honest. Exploring a city, uncovering hidden tasks, and blah 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 sounds cool for literally the first day of gameplay. And after that, everyone's pissed because they don't want to do the, you know, not optimal way of doing things. No one wants to spend 10 hours on a mission that rewards nothing when you can do a 5-minute thing and get like 20 levels. People are gonna instantaneously, second day, try and already do the optimal stuff. And by saying second day, I'm being kind of nice because let's be real, this is gonna happen day 1.
Open world, like Tower Fantasy, maybe they plan on expanding outside of the city? I guess only time will tell. Supernatural abilities system. Players can unlock and upgrade various superpowers from telepathy to elemental control, each with its own unique gameplay and strategies. This actually does sound very cool. If Tower Fantasy did absolutely anything right, it was its combat, it was its gameplay, it felt, at least for its time, fairly polished. Nowhere close to Wuthering Waves currently, but it is still a considerable step above.
For its time, pretty polished? Wasn't Tower Fantasy this year released officially, or was it released last year? I really can't remember. Is this game like a year old or 2 months old?
Of what was available a couple years ago. Urban life. Experience urban life from daily work to social activities where player choice influences character relationships and story development. So what I'm hearing here is Project Mugen or Zenless Zone Zero. Multiple stories.
What I'm hearing is first-person action sims where you don't even get money.
Storylines. The game offers multiple storylines with player decisions leading to different plot developments and endings. I struggle to believe that is going to be an effective way of.
To be honest, I haven't played Tower Fantasy, but even I struggle to believe that because, well, I don't struggle to believe it. I think it's just you know, small lie because it's an online game, open world, blah blah blah. What are the great choices that you're gonna be making? Which character participates in the cutscene?
Storytelling for a potential gacha game with Hada's level of talent. It will probably just ultimately lead to minor changes in dialogue. Fashion elements. Clothing and accessories in the game follow fashion trends, allowing players to create personalized character images. And here is the end game loop. Fashion, which will no doubt be locked behind gacha if the characters themselves aren't. Supernatural showdowns. Engage in battles with other empowered individuals where strategy and skill are crucial. Then after defeating them, after winning your 50-50, they'll be significantly weakened when they join your team, and you can subsequently play as them, because that's just that always happens in RPGs, right? The goddamn villain plot armor. Secret organizations. Join or oppose different empowered groups, each with their own goals and beliefs. This could also be kind of fun as well. A faction-based system is
effectively an in-game, you know, predestined clan and faction, but it probably doesn't even conflict with each other, because otherwise there's going to be a lot of PvP, which is hard to believe. Most games kind of try to stray away from PvP or make it completely separate.
Is a great addition to the game, but it would also need to be a fleshed out system, otherwise it'll likely result in like a few different quests per faction, followed by immediately forgetting that it even exists. In terms of selling points, those are more than enough, I think, to at least pique my interest. My only concern is that Hada have shown repeatedly how inept they are at telling stories. Building a beautiful world, yeah, they got that covered. Creating stunning looking characters, easy. Telling a story that can captivate you, that can actually enthrall you.
Listen, making stunning looking characters is not really hard when Vogue is not dictating the fact that women need to be ugly, okay? How hard do you think is to make a hot character like this? Not at all. You just need to make her thin, skinny, pretty long legs, slender arms, big bosom, and there you go. Long hair or maybe shorter hair, depends on the situation. And there you have it. Just put a pair of clothes on that bad boy and we set.
What's that? Story background. In the world of ethereal circuits, there exists a hidden society composed of empowered individuals. They possess abilities beyond those of ordinary people, but also endure significant responsibilities.
Okay, we already know something about the game. There exists a hidden society. So the society is as a whole. And in this society, there exists like smaller splinter factions that you can join or something like that. Because, you know, pick your clan is kind of a smaller thing in that case if there's a whole society that just governs in general.
And challenges. As a player, you must navigate through the city's undercurrents, uncovering the truth hidden beneath its surface. Alright, here is where things get good, or bad. However, before we delve into the nitty-gritty here, allow me to thank our incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members. Your guys' support is why I can continue to make videos like this.
Very cool.
Character customization. Create and customize your own character, choosing gender, appearance, and initial abilities. So character creation is in fact confirmed, much like Tower Fantasy possesses. This is a great choice. Player identity is, I think, important, and being able to create.
Well, expecting character creator is kind of 100% here because, well, let's be honest, if the end game is Fashionscape, and end game is for all games fashion, for World of Warcraft it's Transmogs, for RuneScape it's Fashionscape, for, well, any game, honestly, it's just acquiring items that look good. That's the true end game of everything.
Create a beautiful character is detrimental to many people's overall enjoyment, just like fashion is. Missions and challenges. Complete various tasks and challenges to gain experience points and resources, improving character abilities. So doing content levels you up. Okay. Social interaction. Build relationships with NPCs, participate in social activities,
Oh,
and influence
boy.
character reputation and influence. So, an NPC affinity or trust system provides them a little bit of potential for depth or complexity as a character, rather than just a soulless entity that coexists with you in this barren, empty world. Empowered combat. Use abilities in combat with strategy, selection, and timing being key to victory. I don't see any mention here of combat being action, but they did note strategy and timing, which would lead me to therefore believe that this is going to be an action game. Urban exploration. Discover the city's secret locations, unlocking new storylines and special events. I'd honestly be concerned if this were not an option. Tactical highlights. Realistic rendering. Utilizing the latest graphical technology to create realistic urban environments and character models. Tower Fantasy looked great for its time. Again, comparably to Wuthering Waves right now, it looks like it could potentially have been made over a decade ago. But I'm looking forward to, nonetheless, seeing what they can do with this. Physics engine. Realistic physics feedback for more vivid battles and actions. Realistic physics, that right there has my interest peaked. AI system. Intelligent NPCs with their own behavior patterns and emotional responses. So they're still just gonna...
Okay, there's going to be a lot of ubu sounds in that case, and there's going to be a lot of jiggle physics, which is the best kind of physics. You know, world? Screw it. I don't need fire in space. I don't need anything. I just need proper jiggle physics.
Stand around doing absolutely nothing.
But not only on the front side, also on the back side, because, you know, those jiggle physics are underestimated so often, honestly, and I think it's a shame. I think a lot of people are forgetting about those jiggle physics also, and they are losing a lot of enjoyment because out of it.
Nothing other than occasionally just falling through the ground. Gotcha. Suitable for players who enjoy exploring and discovering secrets. I feel like that is most of us. Have an interest in supernatural phenomena and abilities. Yeah, I want to see a floating wife of Booba. Totally. Like role-playing and story-driven games. Yeah, just not from HUD. They really could not tell a coherent story if someone from the most prestigious game development studio placed a script in their lap and told them, all you need to do here is just follow the script. They would still find a way to fuck it up. Seek freedom and rich customization options in gaming experiences. This I definitely see happening. Honestly, Tower Fantasy...
Dude, so Tower of Fantasy 2 is literally E for everyone. Gotcha. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, that was Sticks, 10 out of 10. This was Quizzer Citizen. Bye.